Hi, welcome back to the Old Millennial. Kristen here to answer your questions. Our first letter for the day is from Lisa in Gainesville, Florida. Let's dig in. Dear Kristen, I've been dating my boyfriend for 5 years. Over the past year, I've been feeling depressed and as a result have put on 50 pounds. My boyfriend says he isn't attracted to me anymore. This just makes me more upset and more likely to turn to food for comfort. I want to marry him, and he used to say he wanted to marry me, but I'm afraid he doesn't anymore. Any advice? Well, it seems like there are two separate issues going on here. One having to do with your unhealthy relationship with food, and the other with your unhealthy relationship. Um, the first thing, as far as my advice to you, would be to go to your doctor. Make sure you get a full checkup and make sure there's not any kind of an underlying condition that is the reason for your significant weight gain or your sudden weight gain. Um, you want to rule that out up front before you start worrying about other ways to address it. The second thing I would recommend is probably to go see a couples therapist or just a therapist. A couples therapist, if your boyfriend's willing to go, to sort of suss out what's going on with your relationship, why you are still in this after 5 years when you both want marriage, but marriage hasn't happened. So there's definitely some underlying issues that need to be looked at in a environment where someone can help facilitate that discussion. If your boyfriend isn't willing to go, I would definitely advise you to just go by yourself and decide if this is for you, if this is really what you want, and to work that out with a good therapist. And also to address your compulsive eating. Sounds like when you're turning to food for comfort, that's an unhealthy relationship with food that probably is something that should be addressed with a therapist. The next thing I would say is if this guy is not interested in going to therapy with you and he is saying that he is not attracted to you because of your weight and he is dragging his feet about getting married and not communicating, I think it's time to show him the door. You've invested a lot of time into this relationship, and if you want to get married, this does not seem like the person who is right for you. So I would advise you to try these steps. Make sure, try to see a therapist with him. If he's not interested, I think it's time to just move on and cut bait and find someone who likes you for you and is serious when they talk about a commitment. Hope that helps. My next letter is from Teresa in San Diego. Dear Kristen, my daughter's in third grade and being bullied at school. Girls are ganging up on her and taking her snacks. She has allowed it only because she doesn't know how to get it to stop. I want to reach out to the other moms, but I'm not sure if that would just make my daughter's situation worse at school. Help. Oh, I hate that for you. It is so hard to watch your children go through something like this when you're not there to help navigate the situation in the moment. I have 3 children. My oldest daughter is 8, and she's experienced things like this herself, and it just breaks a mama's heart. So what I would advise you to do is to not reach out to the other moms. I don't think that is going to be the most successful outcome, and you're right about your instincts that it might end up coming back to your daughter at school in a negative way. So I would, first of all, start with your daughter. I would try to teach her the value of learning how to say no, because it sounds like from your letter that she hasn't actually said no because she doesn't really know how to voice it. So maybe do some role playing with her, get her more comfortable using her voice and being okay with saying no. You might want to tell her that you're there behind her, whatever happens, once she uses her voice and says no, that you'll be there to help with whatever fallout there is, and she has your support 100%. That might be all the confidence she needs to do that. Maybe she's afraid she's going to get in trouble, or who knows. The second thing I would say is that if they're not respecting her no, then there's got to be an adult in the room. There's going to be an aide or some cafeteria worker who she can go to and let them know what's going on, and they should step in at that point. That's sort of the whole point of them being there, is to monitor situations like this. If that doesn't work, then I would at that point probably tell the teacher and make sure that the teacher's looped in, so that the teacher can keep her or his eye on these girls, and maybe talk to them before or after lunch. But I would definitely start with your daughter and try to encourage her to find her voice, because she's going to need it in her life. She's going to need to learn how to say no when people are pushing her boundaries. So this is a very important lesson for her to learn, even if it does break a mama bear's heart. It's just so hard. So I hope that helps. And thank you for writing. Okay. If you like my advice, please hit the subscribe button or the like button, or both. And if you would like me to answer your questions on the channel, please email me. My email is oldmillennialadvice@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, bye.